When does he have to name the lieutenant governor?
July 6th.
July 6th. So it's coming down. That's close. So
I imagine conversations are being had.
you bet.
I think the excitement factor is more important for him than the money factor. I think he'll get the money. Mike Steele will turn on the spigot and it'll come. But he needs something to change the dynamics of the race, to change the terms of the debate. He needs to find someone to do that.
And how do you
I understand
do
Admiral
that?
Larson's available.
Ah,
I don't think Nancy Jacobs brings the excitement factor, though.
poor.
Do you?
Well, you're just saying that because she's blonde, but
I thought
And
blondes
I'm originally from Harford County, so
and blondes do better than anyone else. I'm sure of that.
there's another blonde that I've heard mentioned,
Okay.
Nancy Grasmick.
Oh, Nancy
yeah.
Grass.
Remember, she was courted the last time and wouldn't do it,
right.
Oh.
and got in big trouble with O'Malley for
Even talking about it.
entertaining the idea.
Well, I think that I still think that O'Malley, as an incumbent, goes back again. But with it being a dead heat, and you're talking about all kinds of alternative persons for the lieutenant governor, if he's wise and he does pick a woman, and he picks a woman who can, as you say, bring in some money, and you think that the Republican Party under the leadership of Michael Steele will get the coffers filled some way or the other.
The bondage clubs will all jump in and help out.
So there'll be deep, deep dollar bills in the pot. Oh, God. Well, that, you know, as you go through, when you do the national, you come down to the state, then we might as well, and we talked about it before, our county, the county executive race is picking up between the players, at least visually it's picking up. Signs going up, 4x8s are on lawns that take the sun, you can't see the house. There's no sun that falls on the front grass because of these big signs. But it's still, I believe, Baker out front, Jackson number 2. I don't see anybody else so far in their league. You know, I don't see Sam Dean or what is it, Knotts. I don't see any of them.
I think John Levi is
She's
third
number
place,
3. Yeah.
I would say.
And I'm not sure how, well, I keep wondering where her base is. You know, I live in what's supposedly her base, but I just don't think, you know, she could go back to the House of Delegates, I think. But I doubt if she can be the county executive.
You think she'll change her mind between now and July 6th?
I think she should. I mean,
I don't think she will.
I don't think she will either,
No.
but I'd encourage her to get out of that race. I don't think she has a shot. I'm not sure now, and you can tell me, when she stays in the race, she obviously will pick up some votes. Who does she hurt of the front runners? Does she hurt Sharon Baker or Michael Jackson? Her vote, who, if you come in third, who does she hurt?
Well, I mean, both candidates are trying to court women, and she will pull some of the women's votes. So I think she'll takes away from both of them evenly. The shame is that the county executive candidates don't have the opportunity to pick a running mate like gubernatorial and presidential candidates do, because that would just solve the whole thing.
Oh, you bet. You bet. But I see her as, you know, I know that she ran and she evidently worked hard and did very well running for the House of Delegates. It got great support from the Bowie Blade and on. And it's still, though, being in the House of Delegates for one term, I'm just not sure that she has a base in Bowie, or she can go back and get the vote that put her into the House of Delegates, running for the county exec. I don't think that many people even know or realize that she's in that race. Same people don't know Sam Dean. They don't know what the council guy,
Tony Knotts.
Tony Knotts. They don't know he's in the race.
Well, I mean, it's only June, and unlike us political junkies, most voters won't be focusing on this election until August.
That's true.
So, you know, I think the dynamics will change. We'll see who makes it to the starting blocks on July 6th. Maybe not all the candidates will file.
Oh, it's
And,
so true. I think about years ago when Steny was running and I was working with him, and we were working the beach in Ocean City, and 9 people would shake his hand and tell him you were from Pennsylvania. And one person would be anywhere near the district that he was running in. And the summer is more than a solstice. Nothing's happening except to the people like us that are interested in whatever the junk is that's politics. But you're right. It'll be an empty July and August, and things will, last week in August, maybe they'll pick up. And then in September, it'll have a 10-day boom.
And this time we have early voting that starts a week early.
Ooh.
From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day the week before, except for the Sunday, at the Bowie Library.
Oh, great.
So we'll see how candidates organize their campaigns around that
We may
situation.
know something or have a hint of something before Election Day is here.
You could have some votes in the bank
Oh,
already.
you bet.
And the absentee requirements have changed, so you don't need to have an excuse anymore.
Right.
You can just vote absentee. So that can be
Sure.
we'll see what happens.
Which hopefully will help, because there were some terrible lines in the last election. And
Yeah, I mean, that was a once-in-a-lifetime election with,
right.
with
Don't want to go through
President
that
Obama.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the big question nationally. Can the Obama surge voters repeat and come back again to keep some of these seats Democrat this year? And that remains to be seen.
I'm more of the opinion that the Obama people and the surge of him politically will continue and be able to help the majority of the candidates that run under the Democratic wing of the party. And I don't believe that the organizations like the Tea Party and I hate to use the term the cuckoos, but they are there. And I don't think those people will be effective when it comes to the totality. Democrats may lose a few seats. They're going to keep the majority. And I don't think it's going to be anything like 40, 50, or 60 seats. I think, 22 is the max that I view. And I don't think, when people get a feel for what they've done, when they really think about it and look at the Rand Paul and find out what this guy is all about, they'll immediately smarten up and go someplace else.
And their perception is that his name is backwards.
All right. And what do you think?
I think we have one to watch here in Maryland. I have concerns about Congressman Frank Credeville on the Eastern Shore.
Oh, yeah, tough.
He's got
Well, he
a
had
very
a tough run
race.
to run when he won the first time. And you're right, that is the tough race.
He needs those Obama surge voters.
He does,
He does.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, that's it. We've got to wrap it up. We're running out of time. But I always think about what you said earlier about the clock is running, the speeches haven't been made. We're making these so-called predictions. But maybe next month we'll know what's going on. So that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Good night. Have a good evening. And Talk of the Town will be back in a very short time to maybe nail down the predictions that we always make. And maybe right or wrong, we'll nail them down.